What do you remember? Is there anything specific that you remember that he did or that he said that kind of got you from one end of that river to the other?
I would say it, but we're on network television, aren't we? So it involves some cuss words. Is what
That's I got a bleep button, man. You're good.
Okay, what he told me that I've always kept close to my heart is.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Guys, good to see you both. I love this movie. Thank you for taking the time. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
How are you?
Of course, absolutely. Rami, I'm going to start with you. I got to say, what I love about Heller is that he's not James Bond. He's not Jason Bourne. He's a guy that, as an audience, we're genuinely worried might be in over his head a little bit. We're not sure that he has what it takes. I'm sort of curious, in your career, has there ever been a role where maybe halfway through the job, you kind of started to question, like, damn, do I actually have what it takes, or am I in over my head a little bit?
I think every role we ever take, if you're not in that place, you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, right? Exactly. If you're like 100% confident all the time, you're maybe, if you're in your comfort zone all the time, that's great. It doesn't help you grow that much, though.
I tend to gravitate to the characters that are probably thriving in chaos or trying to get through some type of chaos. And so I wouldn't call that method acting or anything, but there are days when I wake up, and I know it's going to be a very chaotic day. And can I pull this off? Can we all as a team pull it off? I was out with some friends last night, and we were just talking about
Yeah.
We were at a restaurant. My dear friend of over 20 years was like, "There is a lot of you in this." I don't know what that says about this, but could see like the struggle of someone who was trying to do something out of their element and a bit fragile at times, but then superseding that. And
Right.
I don't know what it was.
I think it was they were referring to your intelligence and your inquisitiveness.
Ooh.
Okay,
And good
your
looks.
curiosity. And that as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, right? We all need a hype man like Laurence Fishburne. You guys mentioned chaos, Mr. Fishburne. Speaking of chaos, the Colonel, he's such a hard ass, but he's also such a valuable teacher, and he's a big reason Heller survives as long as he does. If you allow me to geek out for a minute, I know the production of Apocalypse Now was chaos, and it was a hell of a shoot. You were a young actor on that set.
Yes.
I'm sort of curious, who was your Colonel during that production? Who was the guy that made sure that you had what it took to survive that?
There was a guy who was a Vietnam veteran. He had done 2 tours in Vietnam, who was our technical advisor. He actually did 2 tours in Vietnam on a PBR boat. I don't know if he still lives. I haven't seen him since I made the movie. His name was Pete Cooper. And he was the guy that made sure that I came through that with all of my marbles intact.
What do you remember? Is there anything specific that you remember that he did or that he said that kind of got you from one end of that river to the other?
I would say it, but we're on network television, aren't we? So it involves some cuss words. Is what
That's I got a bleep button, man. You're good.
Okay, what he told me that I've always kept close to my heart is, if you ain't Navy, you ain't shit.
That's a good. I'm gonna stitch that on a small pillow, man.
That was what I had to hold on to that as an adolescent boy.
I love that.
It's so clear and concise. Like, you're living up to this, or you don't exist.
No, you don't exist. That's right.
God, I love that. I got to say really quick, there's a really quick moment in this movie that I love where Heller has to pick a lock, and he does what most of us would do, which is YouTube, how do you pick a lock? Because it was one of the most like humanizing moments, because I thought I would do that too. I'm sort of curious for you guys, you've had so many incredible careers and performances. Has there ever been a thing that in your deep research of getting to the character, you just YouTubed something?
On Bohemian, I YouTubed Live Aid about a gazillion times. Okay. So there you go. There's one.
There we go.
I'm sorry that didn't work out, man. I'm sorry people didn't really respond to that performance. That's such a bummer. That's such a bummer.
Never got there.
Guys, they're pulling me out of here. You're always incredibly kind to me. You always fit me in your schedule. I appreciate it. And you know what? I feel like if you're not in this interview, you ain't shit. That's what I'm going to say. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Good to see you.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.